a great show tonight. We have. Oh, I'm very out of frame. Hold on. Let's get the good floof of the hair. Let's get it all in here. Um, we have a lot tonight. We're doing we're doing kind of a best of kitchen time, and also like a Schwartz Sendoff. Schwartz is the name of my dorm. So this is the last stream that's going to be emanating from here, this wonderful kitchen. Um, so I kind of picked the best recipes from the past 10 episodes, I think, maybe. I don't know, I'm not good at math. Um, the past like 10 episodes of Kitchen Time. So we're doing peanut butter cookies. We're doing the homemade vodka sauce that we did on like our second episode. Um, and then, if time allows, we're also going to make bread. I don't know if we'll bake it tonight, but it'll be made. And then you'll know how to make it. And then you can bake it. And I'll post pictures. And we have a new website. It's A Wicked Kitchen, The Wicked Kitchen. It's in my bio on Twitch. Um, Hell yeah. Ooh, I love the communist emojis. Um, what is it? Hold on. Let me shamelessly. Oh, it's A Wicked Kitchen. Cool. It's awickedkitchen.com for all of my recipes that have been in all of the episodes. And this will be uploaded tonight, maybe. I don't know. I wrote most of it because I was prepared. I just haven't taken the photos of it. Later in the program, um, my boy Izzy will be joining us to kind of help out towards the end. She's actually working right now, so she's going to try to come over at like 9ish, and we're going to go from there. A website. You know, I paid the $8 to get the domain name. She's fancy. She has money now. She's rich. So we're going to start with our peanut butter cookies, and just making sure the camera's on because I always forget to do that, and then like all of a sudden we switch over here and it's just darkness. So here, let's go over to our station. Oh, see, look, I told you, it's dark, pitch black, darkness. All you hear is the sound of my voice. Okay, we're good. Um, so we're gonna start with the cookies to get those done and get those out of the way. Um, so that they can cool. Cause famously, if you watch the episode back on at SCSU Dems on Instagram, you'll see that I take a bite and I don't talk for a good minute, and that's because it's burning the roof of my mouth so much, and like my taste buds just clean off. It was so bad. So I just didn't talk for like a straight minute as I was processing the fire and flames that my mouth was going through. Um, so we're gonna break out our scale and our lovely bowl. We're gonna do grams. I have a mostly empty peanut butter, and then I have a fullish peanut butter. I have a full peanut butter, so we're gonna go through that. This recipe also has most of. I already had most of the ingredients. I think the only things I had to get were like the cream and some other things. I think, yeah. Well, definitely some other things. But like the majority of it, I had already. So I'm just gonna kind of scoop out the last of this peanut butter and see if we can get to 268. Yeah, I think this will work out nicely. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So I am moving out of my building on Thursday. So this will be the last stream from the Schwartz dorm and this kitchen. So this is kind of a send off to this kitchen, and I'll do like a quick little kitchen tour on the next stream that I do. Um, Luckily, once I move back, uh, I will have access to a grill, so I can also do some like outdoorsy some stuff. Um, Also, for those of you who got here before the stream really started, you heard the new theme song of Wicked Kitchen. I had a friend help me make that, and it's beautiful. It's very what I imagine Ina Garden hears all the time in her head. Ina Garden, a barefoot Contessa. All right, so we have 60 grams of peanut butter from the other jar. So I went grocery shopping today, like real light, because I'm leaving on Thursday. Um, there was all the Stop and Shop brand stuff just wasn't there. It was gone. Some goblin took everything that I wanted. See, it's all like name brand stuff tonight, and that's not by choice. 268. And the great thing about Twitch, instead of doing it on Instagram, I get to actually read the chat instead of having someone have to read it to me, because this chat I can make a lot bigger. 235. 255. Yeah, I think there's going to be a stream Saturday. Don't quote me on that. 273, close enough. I'll take it. These cookies are great to make if you don't know how to bake at all. So, we did that. We're going to do 120 grams each of brown sugar and also white sugar. So zero that scale out, and then 120. There we go, 120. Perfect. And we're going to do the same with the brown sugar. Twitch chats are the best. Can confirm. Will, I don't know if I told you, but I had my first conspiracy theorist on the last show of Kitchen Time. This absolute nutter was like, Jim Himes stole an election. And I was like, okay, anyway, we're making empanadas on our last show for Kitchen Time. And then he was like, I have proof, and sent a Google Drive link that I wish I clicked on. But A, I knew it was a virus, and B, I was trying to block them as quickly as I could, because I didn't want him to continue. But, sir, if you're out there, please watch this stream as well. So we're doing 120 grams of the same. I'm going to move that to the side so I can actually see. $121. Fine. Good enough. But, like, if so the election conspiracy, yeah, it's a waste of time. But also, what's your conspiracy? I want to know. Let me know. If it's something good, I'll consider it. If it's something whack job, like a vampire has helped him to steal the election, like, that's something I want to read. Not just like, oh, he stole votes. That's boring. That's so last year. So I'm going to go ahead and grab an egg from over in the fridge. Haha, I made it here without whacking anything. We also have one of my favorite cocktails that we ever made on the show, which is, I believe it was called like a Californian Bulldog or something. And we did like a nicer version of that by, so basically the original cocktail is heavy cream and oh god, oh Will. I have not watched SNL, so I don't know how he did what he did. I saw the picture of him as Wario, which weird, but that's what the kids are into. Oh, so anyway, the cocktail. Anyway, the cocktail. It is like heavy cream, coffee, and Coca-Cola. And we did a version of that with cream soda and oat milk. They didn't have any oat milk at the store today. So we're not going to do oat milk. We're going to do a little bit of cream, but it's still going to taste delicious. I think I may even try it without the cream and see how that is. Covering up the recipe with my eggs. So a teaspoon of baking powder, vanilla, baking powder and vanilla. There we go, just a little bit. Perfect, beautiful. Boy, where did that, oh, there it is. All right. Baking powder, I'm actually gonna measure because this is actually a chemical leavener, so I want to do it justice and make sure these cookies turn out on our last episode. Oh, I should also preheat the oven because this takes, I'm not exaggerating, a million years to preheat because it's an old oven and an old kitchen. Or just a bad oven in a modeled in the 1990s kitchen. Okay, so we have our teaspoon of that, teaspoon of that. We're going to do a wee bit of salt. Okay, I'll definitely let you know. You'll hear the screams of the damned if I need anything. There we go. So just a quarter teaspoon of salt. That looked like a quarter teaspoon to me, I think. Maybe. Who knows? So we're going to... That's all the ingredients for this, actually. So I'm going to go back in with my little paddle here and give everything a mix and watch it come together. And then we'll do that fun little pattern thing. Okay, there we go. Now it came together. I'm just trying to beat the sugar into this mixture and make sure everything looks homogenized. And since I have them, hello, bestie. So we're gonna add some chocolate chips because I have those left over from when we made both the chocolate chip pancakes and also the like desserts we made, the brownies and the flourless chocolate cake. We're showing some restraint with these because I realized these have a superpower of being too chocolatey, and I just want a touch of chocolate in these. I don't want a lot. There we go. Beautiful, gorgeous. I'm gonna grab some parchment paper so we can line our cookie tray. Yeah. Here, I'll switch you guys back to face cam so we can all look at my beautiful face together. Mm. Howdy, I just got peanut butter on my iPhone, which is what I use to control everything moving about. Oh boy, where oh where did I put that parchment? Oh, there it is. Hiding, sneaky. There we go. If you see me looking back like this, it's me looking at the chat. So, there we go. I'm gonna grab a pair of scissors and cut this because that's a lot easier than trying to rip. There we go. Scissors, there we go, back there. And we're gonna shove that back up top. There we go. It's good enough. I'm gonna let this rest just in the bowl by itself until basically that oven preheats, just because that'll be easier. You can dole it out now. You can dole it out later. We're going to wait until this oven preheats. Yeah. Let's move back over to our vegetation station over here, so that we can get started on our bread. There we go. I added new icons to my stream deck, so I don't know what's going to what currently. Well, I kind of do. I just have to remember. Um, just to make it an easier-ish cleanup, I'm gonna slap one of these bad boys down on here. This is just a flexible cutting mat. Just easier to do it this way. I have my bread recipe, and we're gonna do that recipe. I've discovered that if you leave it in the fridge overnight to rise, it adds like a depth of flavor. I don't know why, but that really, the cold ferment from the fridge really does something to it. It's delicious. So let's flip back through this notebook through all my madman doodles to try to find the bread recipe. That's that. That's pot stickers. That was a good episode. Pasta. Bread. Found it. Got it. Oh, I forgot how easy this is. Okay. This is the easiest bread recipe. So it's a tablespoon of salt, sugar, and yeast, 2 cups of warm water, and then 6 cups or 720 grams of flour. I don't know if we have that much flour. We're going to see. So this recipe actually makes 2 loaves, and we're going to see if we can make it there. Yeah, we're going to see if we can make it to 270. So I'm actually going to use it, measure in this bowl. 720 is a lot. There you go. Okay, and then tear that out. We're going to, oh yeah, right from here. Got it. So here we go. 720. I have my big scooper that I got from one of our protein containers. So good, especially in this recipe where you're scooping, you're moving tons of flour. It's so much easier. There we go. We're already at 300. I think we're going to get to, we're going to have enough. This recipe, I don't know what it does to people. Especially my roommate. We'll have like the 2 loaves, and then in a night they'll be gone. Because we're just standing there eating them just over the trash can, just not even cutting into it, just the full loaf directly into our face holes. This recipe, it changes people for the better. You become bread addicted. You can also do like a egg wash, which is what I'm going to do, because that gives a nice little crust to it. I don't know, how long did I say this had to rest for? 2 hours. Huh. Well, by the end of the show, this will be going in. So, I'll be sure to include this on my website. So 720. We're at 680. Oh, 742. There we go, 720. Cool. Look at that. We did have enough flour. So this is going to look like it's not going to come together for a while. And it's not going to. But we're going to keep kneading it, and it'll come together, and then we'll turn it out on here, flour it, knead it for a while, and it'll be beautiful. So let me grab my tablespoon measurer, and there we go. Salt, sugar, and yeast. There we go. So a tablespoon of sugar goes in. A tablespoon of our salt gonna go in, and then I'll have to grab the yeast. There you go. If you add more salt, it's gonna be obviously saltier. Some people dig that. I really don't. I like a nice neutral tasting. It's just nicer. So let's see. 3/4 ounce packets. Huh. I don't really feel like doing that math. So we're gonna take a corner here and just snip it off and pop it open and see how much. Okay, there we go. Just under a tablespoon. Oh, there we go. We're gonna get it. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. All right. So good enough on the yeast. That was already about under a tablespoon, and then that last bit we shook out got us there in the end. Ooh, I like the way this camera's set up, because you guys can't see when I keep opening the cabinets. I mean, you can tell by the shadows, but, you know. So we're also going to get 2 cups of not hot, but tepid water. Grab my cup measurement thing. That's, oh, right there. Crazy how things jump out at you. Originally in this recipe, I said about 110 degrees, which works out to just about, I don't know, really hot water from my tap on for a cup of it, and then really cold water from my tap for the second cup. Kind of balances out. Yeah, you just want warm water. You don't want to stick your finger in there and go, wow, that's hot. You just want it to be tepid. So we're going to do, that's it. So we're going to add in our water. I'm going to do it a little bit at a time. I'm going to do it a little bit at a time. I know I speak fast sometimes. So, it's the best way to do this. What is the best way to do this? Let's go in with a spatula, and that becomes too much. We're going to use Las Manos. So we're just going to stir in that first dose of water, get everything wetted down. This is also going to be great because when we have this flexible mat down, it'll be easier to just kind of lift this up and dump all the excess flour off into the trash. So, carefully mix in the second dose of water. And this last dose. There we go. Just mix this until it forms like a shaggy dough, in that all the flour sticking it together in one mass, but there's still going to be some dry pockets and some wet pockets. So we're going to take care of those right now. Make sure you take off any rings you have, and you're going to want to keep this flour open and standing by, ready and waiting, because it's going to get real messy before it gets any better. So yeah, we're going to need this. Let's take off. There we go. Take off all that. We're going to flour up our hands. Right above the board, so, you know, we could have some of that. There we go. Get some flour on the board, flour on your hands. You're going to have to keep dipping back in, because this bread... Hey, our oven preheated. So once we need these, we're going to... we'll dish out our cookies. So, here we go. Just grab it. You know, you don't really have to worry about this. We're going to use the same bowl that we mixed in to let it rise in. We're going to do this in the fridge. And I'm going to do it overnight in the fridge. It just develops a better flavor. Okay. Yeah, so as you can see, it's really sticky. You just keep adding flour little by little, and it'll knead into a lovely bread dough. Make sure you kind of get rid of most of the dough off your hands before you go diving back into the flour. You don't want to get this bread in there. Here, so we're gonna use the flour to kind of rub off this extra dough on our hands, and then we'll reflour and go back into the kneading. There we go. Okay. So this is just going to soak up all the flour it needs, and once your hands start coming away without all of the bread sticking to it, then you know it's good to go, and you can start put it back in the bowl and let it rest. So yeah, let it rest either 2 hours on counter in a dry place, or you let it rest in the fridge overnight, covered, and you'll get these wonderful bubbles developing and this wonderful flavor. It's the start of a sourdough. This is not a sourdough bread by any means, because we don't have a starter in this at all, but the formation of some bubbles because of that same idea. There we go. So now the bread is tacky, not really sticky anymore. So we're going to go in, do our last, this is going to be like our last flouring, and wash the bowl, stick it in the bowl with some oil, and do that. There we go. Okay. Oh boy, real sticky on the bottom here. Here, we'll add some flour to that, really soak it in, and let it soak it up. Okay, cool. And I'm just folding it in thirds and folding it in half on itself. Boom. There we go. I'm gonna wash my bready hands. They're real gross looking. And then I'll wash this bowl. When I say wash the bowl, I really just mean rinse out most of the bread dough that's in here, and then you can use it again. That's the trick. This is the trick to getting bread dough off your hands. You just kind of rub them together, and it catches on itself, and it gets off. There we go. Okay. I'm going to dump this in the trash and then wash it out, and I'll be right back. here. You know what? I'm going to take a second to actually properly clean this. So I'm going to send you guys to our waiting screen. Okay, I'm back. I just had to clean out the bowl. So we're going to do a little bit of oil in this, whatever you prefer. You can do vegetable, you can do olive. I happen to have a lot more olive right now than I do vegetable, so I'm going to do a little bit of olive oil. So just a little bit into the bowl, and we're going to place our bread dough in as well. And just kind of swirl around like that to not only move the oil, make sure nothing's sticking. I'm going to add actually a little bit more. There we go. This is also kind of the final shaping. There we go. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Yeah. I'm going to put this off to the side with all that. Then we'll do our cookies. So give me 1 second. There we go. I just wanted to scrape a little bit of flour off the our countertop. So, let me. Oh, I'll send you guys back over here so I can move the camera a little bit and do that. Oh boy. There we go. Okay. Give this one more mix. Okay, here. We'll send you back over to the other side. There we go. Hi. We're over here. So, there we go. Perfect. We have our parchment lined sheet. We're going to do spoon. I don't have a disher, so just this size. Form it into a little ball and just plop it. These are going to spread a little bit. So on a big tray like this, I'm going to do 3 and then like 4 down the row. There we go. Luckily, the oil in the peanut butter is really working to our advantage. These aren't sticking to my hand at all like the bread dough did. These are going to go into the oven at 400 degrees. No, 350, sorry. For like 10 minutes. They're going to be just set. We don't want the bottoms to be burned. There we go. Okay. Add a little bit more to that one. This is not safe to eat by the CDC guidelines. However, it is delicious. So, there. I'm gonna try to fit. I'm gonna try to fit the rest of this dough on here, just so I don't have to pull out another tray. So, just a little bit of shaping. And then if they stick together, oh boy, you have to take more than one cookie. There we go. I think we can get away with doing just 2 more. This is going to be a little itty bitty one, and then a nice good size one here. And go move these off more to the side so that we can fit. There we go. Okay, cool. So put all of this away in the sink. Cool. So pop those in the oven for 10 minutes. And of course, to keep track of our time, hold on, let me move you back up. And there you go. Now you're perfect. Okay, cool. And of course, to keep track of our time, we're going to turn to our lovely, sexy assistant. Alexa, set a cookie timer for 10 minutes, please.
Cookie timer, 10 minutes, starting now.
Thank you. Yeah, so while we wait on those, I'm going to wrap the bread so that we can pop it in the fridge. Oh, here, I can show you guys what I'm doing because we have the technology instead of just my back. There we go. Okay. Alrighty, there we go. I'm going to do another piece just for that little itty bitty corner. There we go. Just a really small piece. Oh boy. Oh, it stuck to itself. Ah, we got it. Okay. Just a really small piece for that this little opening here. There we go. Okay. So this is going to go in the fridge, and we'll start on the rest of our stuff, which is our vodka sauce and our pasta. So, for the cocktail, while we wait, we're gonna do a version of the Bulldog cocktail that I mentioned earlier. We're gonna be doing a version of that without any dairy or any of the that oat milk, because there just wasn't any at the store today. So we're gonna do some cream soda and some Kona coffee liqueur. There we go. So we're gonna do a bit of that. I'm not really measuring here because there's not a lot to measure, so I'm not gonna pull out a pony just to do that. We're gonna do there we go. All right, so we have I don't know what I would call this. Black coffee cocktail. Ooh, that's good. You get some of the bitterness from the coffee, and then the cream soda is just so sweet and so good. It's delicious. I'm gonna grab some ice because I know I'm gonna want that cold. Okay, there we go. Haha. I'm back. Let's have some ice. I'm gonna put in there. Oh, those cookies smell delicious already. Hold on, I'm very hooked on my microphone. There we go. Ooh, that's so good. I guess I can start on. Let me put that away. I'm gonna start on some prep for the vodka sauce. So send you guys back over here. There we go. Welcome back. We have to take care of some onions and some garlic. Also, a little addition on the fly here. Gonna add some chipotle peppers and adobo sauce to the vodka sauce. Really kick it up. Let's flip back to the recipe. Okay. Break down this onion real quick. So we're gonna, excuse me, chop up our onion and yeah. There we go. And there's that and that. Gonna take off the peel if I can. Oh boy, there we go. Okay, there's that peel, and then there's my other peel. There we go. Get rid of all that. The only thing I'd keep the peel, I'd usually always peel these, except for when making chicken stock or chicken soup, because the peels add a lovely, lovely color. So it's going to do some quick chopping with my very favorite knife. From the Binging with Babish collection. There we go. We're going to do some small dices because this is going to get cooked down, but not by a ton. So we don't want, and we also want to make sure this is cooked down before we move on. So I'm going to do some really small dices, and then for the garlic, I'll mince that. If you were feeling real funky tonight, you could go with some pickled jalapenos instead of this chipotle pepper and adobo, and that would be an interesting take. That pickled brine would play really well with the creaminess from the heavy cream. And I'm just gonna try and get everything out of this onion that I can. So I'm just gonna do a couple more cuts, and there we go. It's pretty much all of the onion you could use. There we go. When I first got this knife, on the first episode that I used this knife on, I got made fun of for my knife skills. So now I'm very aware of my skills, my knife work. Go. I'm going to do our. For those of you that are interested in this, I do kind of a modified way of chopping this. Some people just do radial and chop that way. Some do like the cross hatching. I kind of do both because I feel sometimes it doesn't work if I just do the radial chop, and the more aggressive chop, it just releases. I feel like I tend to cry more when I do the other way. So this kind of is the best of both worlds. Ooh, our cookies are done.
Your cookie
Alexa,
timer is done.
stop the timer.
Your cookie
Alexa.
timer is done.
Stop the timer. Okay. Oh, she can be so mean sometimes. So forceful. Put that down. And grab an oven mitt. There we go. Glove up. Oh, these are so beautiful. Here, let me show you. Siggy, what up, my dude? We made some wonderful peanut butter cookies already, and we're getting ready to make some vodka sauce and boil up some pasta. I also made a wonderful cocktail. It's cream soda and coffee liqueur. I haven't found a name for it yet, but it'll come to me. So we have our wonderful peanut butter cookies over here, and let's get back to our onion chopping that we got going on. There we go. Okay, and do that little, there we go. And a little from here, and a little from there. Dope. Okay, and just, I see some bigger pieces that I don't want to end up in our lovely sauce. So I'm going to push you off to the side. And we're going to go in for our garlic. Here we go. I'm going to do 4 cloves. The recipe calls for 2, but what the heck? I made the recipe anyway, so why not? So I'm going to peel our garlic. I like to do a quick bit off the end. Makes it so much easier to peel. Here we go. There's that. or if you could just do it by your finger strength. Um, there we go. Got it like that. There we go. Izzy should be coming soon. I know she gets out of work at 9, so she's going to come over and help at the tail end of this stream. There we go. All right, so we got our garlic peel out of the way. So I'm just going to crush it, all of our garlic to kind of flatten it out. It'll be a lot easier to mince then. So we're going to take our garlic. We're going to do 2 and 2 and just slices, and then scrape all that down and just start going for it like a methed out hibachi chef. Stopping every couple of seconds to wipe down your blade. Just kind of scrape it back into place and just go for it until they're little itty bitty pieces. We're going to do the same with our other 2 pieces, our other 2 cloves. There we go. Oh, it smells beautiful in here. Nothing smells better than garlic and onions. There we go. Okay. I'm not going to use my knife for that. Put that there. And kind of street sweeper that away. And there we go. Okay. So I think I want to put some music on these streams, especially when it's just me by myself. There are moments where I notice that I have stopped talking, and I don't know how long it's been. So I want to have some music playing so it can fill the void. But also, I wouldn't begin to know how to do that, especially with Twitch's banning laws. Oof, it could be a real nightmare. Play one note of the wrong song, and all of a sudden your stream is taken down. Or I can just do the thing where I'll just record covers of all the songs with myself singing and just play that in the background. Like that time in Phineas and Ferb where they made elevator music versions of their own songs. There we go. Okay. Bring all the garlic back together for one final big chop. Oh, so I did some research about last week when my friend told me to go raid someone's stream. The problem is there are only a few actual cooking streams out here on Twitch, and the only one I have found is one by a woman named Miss Molly, and her channel is Miss Molly Makes. She's Australian. She's delightful. And she also has 4,000 subscribers. So, she doesn't need my help. She doesn't need my 3 subscribers. It's not like the gaming community on here where, there's a million to 3. There's a million 90s Iron Chefs streams. And then 2 actual streams. Siggy, I told Sam that I was streaming, and I think he joined, but I'm not sure. Because I also don't know his username, because I'm very bad with regular names, so Twitch names just boggle my mind. Move that aside, and I'm going to crack cracking open a cold one with the boys. And there we go. I'm going to take out one of these adobo peppers. This one, oh, this one looks like a beauty. Look at the color. There we go. Okay. We're also going to take some of the sauce to put in the, we're going to take some of the sauce from this and put it in our sauce. So this, we're going to treat like the garlic and really mince it up. This is going to add a wonderful kick and a little bit of acidity. I said that right. Yeah, I said that right. There we go. Okay. Beautiful. Gorgeous. So, let's get started cooking our sauce. I'm just moving over some cameras so you guys get to see and witness the action. There you go. I don't really have a preview of what everything's going to look like before I send it over. So, there we go. There, that's it. That's good. I'm going to move that closer probably. Nope, that's the way. Okay, cool. So, in our pan, we're going to go on about a 6 and heat up some olive oil. And we're going to wait for that to heat up. And we're going to add our onions and start to cook those. Oh boy, pasta selection. It's a big deal. Let's see. Oh, we have, oh boy. We have rotel, or we have rotel, or rotel. So, I think it's going to be rotel. There we go. Yeah, rotel, the little squigglies. I'm going to call this drink the business coffee. That's it. I've decided. See, I just noticed that I wasn't talking again because there's that lovely it's me having a thought is when I go super silent is me having a thought. Ooh, we have a new follower, Night Sky Agora. I'm so sorry if I got the name wrong. A lot of people got my old Twitch name wrong, which is also my Twitter and Instagram handle, which is @Rhododendrons. Everyone got that wrong. Everyone was like Rhododendrons, Rhododendron. Wonderful, great time. Letting that get hot. Let's see about our cookies here. Ooh, okay. Some of them a little more set than others. This one's set, so. Oh my goodness, this is real good. Oh, hell yeah. And you can hear I'm talking. So I'm not actually burning the absolute fuck out of my mouth. I'm gonna fill this up with water so we can start to get our pasta water boiling. My hope is that by the time the pasta is done, so is the sauce, or vice versa. There we go. Okay. You can definitely smell the olive oil, and that's how you. It's kind of an indicator of when it's hot enough. At least for my. At least for me and my senses, that's when I kind of know it's hot enough. Is when I could really smell it. We want to sweat out these onions. We don't want to develop a lot of color. Welcome back. So yeah, you want to sweat these onions. You don't want to develop a lot of color because that's a slippery slope. Because light brown leads to caramel brown, leads to blackened very quickly. One of my favorite lines from some cooking competition is the line between brulee and Pompeii is very thin. And I feel that. Ooh, on a deep, deep level, I feel that. I'm going to grab a wooden implement. Okay, good. You can start to hear some sizzling, which is what you want. You want a little bit of sizzling, not a ton. And once these are sweated out and real soft and translucent, we'll add the garlic. We'll add the adobo pepper first, and then we'll add the garlic, because we only really want to be cooking the garlic for like 30 seconds at most. Yeah. Sorry, I'm doing the thing where I stop talking for a while. I'm just texting a friend. I told her that I really enjoyed this coffee liqueur and cream soda that I got going on our business coffee. And she was telling me that she doesn't like cream soda, which I don't really either on its own. Ooh, that would be really good with like a Dr. Pepper. There we go. We got our onions sweating. We got Siggy. Carol is my grandmother, who we call Mima. You can refer to her as such. Mema. That's what everyone. That's what Izzy calls her. That's what Paula calls her. You could refer to it as that instead of Carol. Oh, what do you mean too much caffeine? I don't even think this cream soda has caffeine. This cream soda doesn't even have caffeine. And the coffee liqueur is. I don't even think that has caffeine either. But it's delicious nonetheless. Oh, the Dr. Pepper has too much caffeine. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not really a soda drinker. As you know, I'm not really a soda drinker anymore. I'm adding in the chipotle pepper with a touch of that adobo. And by a touch, I mean whatever will fall out before a chili does. We're gonna stop it right before the chili falls out. We're gonna mix that in. It's also gonna add to the orange color that we're gonna get eventually from our vodka sauce, from the tomato paste that we're going to use. Oh, this smells amazing. Ooh. It's not really spicy, but you can smell. I don't know. It's real zingy. I would call it that. I would call it zingy before I call it spicy. I just sent the most disgusting photo. If you if you move your head down like you're looking up at the camera, it produces a really disgusting photo, a really unflattering angle that I just sent to the wonderful Izzy. I sent her the most random photos I can take because I find it really funny that she replies with a little zing, a little zest, a little oomph. I like the way she replies to him. I was doing tech for the show that happened like a week or two ago, and we had to wear like hard hats on the main stage because there were lights coming down and all these things happening. And I sent her a photo of me in a construction hat at 9 a.m. and she was like, "Oh, what's happening there?" There we go. I'm gonna take another cookie if I can. Oh yeah. Mm. Oh, so good. Okay, we're gonna add in our garlic, and then we'll go ahead and start doing everything else. I've also noticed that my roommate started making fun of my little noises that I do sometimes, because I'm partially a grandfather in spirit. So I'll get up from the couch and go, "Oh," or "Eek." And he's made me hyper aware of that. Ooh, oh, this is delicious. The adobo with the chilies and the onions and the garlic, just, oh, this smells delicious. This smells wonderful. Yeah, what's next? I ask myself and the audience. What's next? Oh yeah, the seasoning. Cool. So, watch the pan while I go grab some stuff. The stuff I'm grabbing is our kind of star ingredients: our tomato paste, our heavy cream, and of course our vodka. Tragically, I am out of cooking vodka, so we have to dip into the. I keep burping. I'm so sorry. We have to dip into the drinking vodka supply. I know it's dangerous, but I wanted to make this meal. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so what do we got to do? We gotta move some of this around so it doesn't burn on us. I'm gonna lower the heat to a 4 on my dial, one notch below medium. Um, we're going to do 6 ounces of tomato paste. Or if you're British, tomato paste. This is double concentrate. Um, so, actually, this whole tube is going to go in. Good, we're getting rid of it. We're using it up before we go home. Oh boy, I just kind of got myself there with the tomato paste. Okay, there we go. Um, yeah, hold on, I'll show you. Kind of got myself there with the tomato paste. There we go. Okay. We're gonna cook this until it develops this nice brick red color, which we've kind of already gotten from our onions, but we're gonna keep going with it. So, our vodka, we're gonna do, I think, a third of a cup of vodka actually. What did I say? Oh, a third of a cup, 78 grams. It works all the same. I forget which recipes I convert and which I don't. So, yeah. 78 grams of our vodka. We're going to put that in first, just so some of it can kind of cook off. Some of the alcohol will cook off, since we're going to put that first. There will always be a little bit of alcohol left behind, because you can never cook out all the alcohol. It just isn't possible. There we go. This vodka has a low enough flash point, low enough flash point that I'm so not worried about this catching fire. I am fairly confident that if I poured this on the burner or an open flame directly, it would just more put it out than anything. There we go. There we go. We're going to add our seasonings now, which is the most important part of this dish. So we're going to go in with some oregano, or oregano, as some people say, half a teaspoon of that, and a restrained amount of crushed red pepper. Because we already have the chili in there, and you never know how spicy they'll be, how spicy they will be. It's an agricultural product, so every can is kind of different, just like flour. So you never know quite the spice level we're getting, and it's better to miss out, add some more hot sauce later on than it is to be crying because it's too spicy. Okay, and our heavy cream, which is 177 grams, or 3/4 of a cup, if I remember correctly. Okay, so 177 grams. And I'm actually going to turn my business coffee into a regular bulldog coffee with a bit of cream. So we're gonna. Oh yeah, this is where it's gonna get that really bright orange color. Is from the deep red of the tomato paste, and also our adobo pepper, as well as this cream. So we're gonna bring this together really slowly because it's a really watery mixture coming in contact with a very solid mixture. So it's gonna take a second to kind of stir it in. But we're going to get this wonderful, wonderful color that's going to look really good plated up. Whew. There you go. Be careful of splashes. It's coming for you. It wants to get you. It wants to stain clothes. There we go. Okay. At this point, we're going to let this reduce. I'm going to turn this to about a 2 on my thing. One notch above the lowest of lows. At this point, you can taste their seasoning, like I'm going to do right now. There we go. You're looking if you need to add more salt, more heat. Whew, wow, that's spicy. Huh. It's a little spicy. I'm going to add some more cream to kind of help dilute it out. It's also a little too acidic for my liking. So, we're going to go in with a touch. When I say touch, I really do mean a touch of sugar, just to kind of balance out this acid. We're also going to add some more cream, because that will kill some of the heat as well. What did I just say I was going to... Oh, the cream. Duh. There we go. Just a little bit of cream. I'm also going to add a little bit of cream to my drink. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Now it looks like one of those iced coffee commercials. I'm going to move this around a bit just to incorporate that. If you're not a drinker, you can totally take out the vodka. You could get away with like using a chicken stock. That would be fun. Ooh, our water's boiling in the back there. There we go. As you can see a lovely little like gradient here. I have my wonderful cocktail straw. I'm going to use to mix this all around. Huh. The cream doesn't really change much. So, what the goal is to pull the pasta when it's like just a hair from being done, and we're going to finish cooking the pasta in the sauce. There we go. That's going to be enough for me, and if Izzy shows up, Izzy... I'm trying to close this. Oh, wow. I'm really bad at that. That's good enough. Huh, there we go. Oh, and we're going to give the thing in the back a quick stir, just so none of the pasta sticks. So, the problem with using a small pot and a lot of pasta, there's a lot of starch that's going to develop. So, the trick is, so a lot of the starch is going to develop up top here, and that's going to create bubbles, and those bubbles are going to overflow, going onto this, and creating a huge old mess. The way to do that is to stop the bubbles from forming by adding a little bit of olive oil. It's going to stop the bubbles from forming in the first place, so we won't have that gigantic, ridiculous mess in the end, which is something I really, really hope to avoid. So, we're going to stir that up. The oil really doesn't add anything to the flavor of the overall sauce. It's just going to do this one thing. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So, I'm going to do that. I'm going to add... This isn't going to be a vegetarian dish. I'm going to say that right now. This is not. I took out a piece of chicken earlier. That's been defrosting. Popping back over to our... always happens. I'm getting a new camera for this. It's a promise. So, I have a piece of thawed chicken over here that we're gonna cut up, and we're gonna use our red mat here that's specifically for this raw chicken. So we're gonna, doesn't that look lovely? And I'm gonna grab a glove for my hand. There we go. I'm probably going to use the heat in the oven to cook this. If I had more time, I would pop it in the sauce and let it really like develop and cook in the sauce, which would be really nice, but that's just not going to happen. So I have a glove on my hand that's going to handle this chicken, and we're just going to cut this into lovely little strips. Yeah, we're just going to cut this into strips and figure out a way to cook it. I'm going to try to do thinner strips so that they can cook quickly. This chicken was still a little frozen on the inside, but that's my fault. That's not the chicken's fault. That's my fault going, I'd really like chicken with this dish tonight. So we're gonna just doing some check-ins on our sauce here. I turned the heat way down on our sauce so it's not reducing and thickening, which for me is a good thing because I really like my pasta to be saucy. And I was actually kind of hoping that I would have enough to save for a future dish, probably tomorrow for like lunch or something. There we go. Breaking down our chicken. This pile. There we go. We're going to have a big... I'll cut that in half and I'll be good. I'm going to take out this piece of fat here because when that cooks up, that's not going to be delicious. See, I can't really cut through it unless I really go for it. And it's just not going to be good. I'm going to take care of our onion scraps and that. So, what's a boy to do? Okay. That's not really hot anymore. So, what I'm going to do is take this, put it there because we don't need it anymore. What I'm talking about is I'm moving the cookies. And I'm going to grab a pot. Well, a pot that I should have used for that pasta, we're going to use for our chicken. We're going to hit it with the same seasonings that we did with this sauce to kind of balance the flavors. Here, I'll get you guys away from the... I'll move you guys away from the raw chicken, and I'll put you back on Stove Cam. Welcome back to Stove Cam. Oh boy. Oh no. No, that's not what I meant. No. Wait. There we go. God, the button for end card and vegetation and the face cam over here is real close together. So we're going to add that. Luckily, we have some garlic left over on our knife. that we're gonna add, that we added in there. We're gonna take, oh, wow. All right, let's see if I can get this right this time. Load in, load in. There we go. I got it. Okay. Cool, great, grand. Wow, really had trouble with that. So we're gonna add a little bit of our adobo. Season the chicken with that. Check in on our pasta. I think you're done. There's only one way you can really tell, and that's, yeah, it's just like a step away from being done. Turn that off. And we're gonna make a loud noise. Okay. There we go. Okay, our chicken is cooking. Cool. So, chicken cooking. Here, I can move you guys there. And we're going to go in with some of our spices that we used for this, which is oregano and some salt and pepper. So, thrown in some oregano, some pepper, and some good pinch of salt. There we go. All right, some salt, some pepper, some oregano, and our adobo sauce that we added. So we're gonna let this cook through, and then we're gonna move it into the sauce and do that. I turned the sauce up a little bit so it does thicken up slightly. I'm also going to add our pasta to this. There we go. We're going to use this to just stir it in, stir it around. We got, I would call this pink pasta. And of course, like every episode, we got a plate. We got to make it look nice so I could post it and everyone can go, wow, that's so neat. That looks so good. There we go. So that's just going to cook and absorb some of the sauce. And the rest of this chicken is going to cook through, and then we'll add it there, and then we'll make it look pretty. And I haven't decided where I'm going to make it look nice and pretty. I think, because this board is clean enough, that I can get away with shooting it on there. Let me grab a plate. If you hear a loud earth-shattering kaboom, that's me grabbing this plate. There we go. Plate. Oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be delicious. It's actually kind of good that we cooked the chicken in here because that chicken fat would have made our sauce greasy. And I didn't really need it in here. If you really wanted to go for it and really be extra with your with this vodka sauce, you can totally do bacon for the fat instead of olive oil. That would be really cool. That's what my original recipe said, but I kind of toned it down because I wanted to do it as a mostly like things from this kitchen. That's why frozen chicken, the pasta that I had left over. I think everything except the onion was in this pantry. Or sorry, not the onion, the cream. The cream I did have to get. But other than that, worked out great. I'll let this chicken go a little bit longer. And then plate her up, make her look nice and pretty. And then that'll be the end of the episode. And our last episode in this kitchen. When I move into the new kitchen, I'll show you what that looks like. And we'll have a lot of fun in there as well. Just as much fun as we did in here. Sorry, while that's kind of finishing cooking, I'm going in and plating up our peanut butter cookies so I can take a photo of that as well. Gonna kind of lay them out in a nice sort of pattern. Okay, cool. So I plated up the cookies. I'm going to move them all to a plate, actually. Ooh, the ones that weren't on the parchment kind of got a crispy edge, which I really, really dig. So, here, let me just scoop up the last of these cookies, put them on a plate. Oh, they're so good. Okay, so I would say our chicken is done. Our pasta is nice and done. So let's go ahead and plate up. So we're gonna switch. I'll switch over to our vegetation station here. Cool. So we're over here. Let me just take one more photo of these. Don't these look? These cookies look absolutely delicious. Very happy with that. I like to do like a up top and then like a zoom in sort of thing. Oh boy, we got some. Okay, there we go. So let's plate up. We can turn that off. Take our pasta and oh, I almost forgot the Parmesan cheese. Oh boy, that would have been a catastrophe. Not really. It would have tasted perfectly. It would have tasted great on its own. But the cheese is also going to help with the spice. So let me go grab that. There we go. I grabbed it. So all right, and do a little bit. Okay. But bam. I'm going to do a little bit of food styling here. In that I'm taking some chopsticks and picking up the chicken and placing it at the back here. Just because I think that'll look prettier. There we go. Yeah, that looks nice. I dig it. Photograph, and then we'll taste. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna move this camera back, and then we could taste and end the episode. There we go. Okay. Let me move back. Face cam. Oh, they're a little too tall. There we go. There we go. That's better. Let me grab a fork. So we have our lovely chicken and the pink pasta. I'm gonna decided I've called it the pink pasta. Mmm. Ooh, that cheese really does help with spice. I think also the added heavy cream helps as well. I'm gonna take some chicken too. Mmm. It was missing some sort of like backbone to this. This is a great vegetarian dish, but the chicken really adds to it and makes it a meal instead of just like a pasta dish. Um, so that's the end of this episode. It's the end of this kitchen. It's the end of episodes in this kitchen. Um, have a lot of memories in this kitchen. I started the show in this kitchen. Um, so good night, everyone. I'll see you in a new kitchen. Hopefully soon. Bye.